Here's the proof. 5 months later, my mod, which keeps my Xbox 360 from overheating, is still working. Still working just fine. We haven't had one single overheating issue. Not one. Not one single overheating issue in all this time. And so now I'm going to show you just exactly how I did part 2 to finish it up. Hello everyone, Mr. Rocky Ramjet here. How to repair and modify your Xbox 360 Slim power brick because it overheated and gave you the red light. Who hates the red light? Just boo, red light. Here's what we're gonna do. I've got this hole saw right here. I'm at my dad's house, and I am very lucky that my dad has lots of really cool tools, including this drill press. Now, if you need to, you could probably use a Dremel or even a hot soldering iron to do this same job. Please be very careful and take all the safety precautions that you can think of, and maybe ask a few people in case they can think of some safety precautions that you haven't thought.
I'm going to drill this hole. Now I'm just lining it up, trying to get the hole saw to go roughly through the middle.
So I'll clean that up a little bit. I just removed this thing.
And I want to tell you, it took a great deal of effort to get it out of there. It appears to be very well glued in there around the perimeter. Right around this edge, there seems to be a pretty good amount of high-quality glue on there.
Holding this thing in. Be careful, wear gloves, probably use a screwdriver or some kind of a pry bar and get inside these holes or slots here and then pry. And again, be careful, wear gloves. It takes a pretty good amount of effort to get the thing out of there. It snaps and cracks and it might be scary, but it's worth it because I have to put a screw in right there to hold my fan in.
At an angle like this.
Okay.
And I prefer holding this still with something else, okay? So that it's not wiggling around.
Okay.
So that's what I would do for the rest of it.
All right.
So this is what's known as old school. We're going to open up the ventilation so that when we start to pull air, we're really going to pull some air.
Careful of this back here. There's a piece of plastic you may not want to be carving.
That's okay, we can cut that. Thanks for noticing it, though. Alright, good enough. This is the end with the light and the cord that plugs into the Xbox. That is also the end, if you can see right there, is the plug-in for the fan. So I have decided to orient this fan in this fashion, like that, and I will drill about a 1/4 inch hole here by my finger for the wire to go down in the box and plug in over in this corner on the inside, and the fan will sit like this on the outside, held down by 2 screws. And then I'm also going to put some silicone under here so that it's not noisy. I'm so lucky to be at my dad's house today because we have these hole center finders that I get to use. And they are so handy for marking a hole. Simply choose the one that is the right size for the hole that you want, or you get the right size center right where you want it every time. I'll align this as close as I can to the center on both sides and just hold it down with my fingers and give this a tap. There we go, there's one. Doing the same on the other side. And now I've got my marks and we're ready to drill. I'll be drilling two 3/16 inch holes to accommodate the screws that came with the fan.
Now that's a little bit oversized, and that's okay because that gives me some space in case I made a mistake. Making my marks here gives me a little wiggle room. If you want to drill a bigger hole, you certainly are welcome to do that. We'll mount this. I'm just going to put that through there, like that. Yeah. Nice, elegant solution, easy peasy.
And I have decided I'm going to put the screws in from the bottom because I want to put some super glue or some Loctite on the top just to make darn sure that these screws don't fall, or that the nut doesn't come off and fall through to the inside and short out my power supply, because I don't want to have my mod be the next problem. I need to push down a little bit on this. There's kind of a metal heat shield on the inside here, and when I drilled it, it kind of messed that up a little bit. So I'm just pushing it back through, and a little piece of it kind of broke off right there. Just flattening it out a little bit with the screwdriver. And another nut. And these are the screws and nuts that actually came with the fan. So, there it is. Ta-da! And that will go back on top. Let's just plug this in. Oops, if we get that the right direction. And then here's the 4 screws that go in here. And these are underneath those little rubber feet. You gotta take them out of there.